We've reached a really funny part of the game where we're getting into the really ridiculous and or useless upgrades. We can dual wield sponges now. That would be the end boss stage of a janitorial game, huh? Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Crime Scene Cleaner. And yeah, at this point, we've gotten past all the things I really need, and we're now screwing around with stuff that it's just like, okay, what can I just dump stuff into for a little bit of an extra edge? The problem I always run into with cleaner games that let you upgrade is that sooner or later, they become so useful that it basically plays the game for you, and it's like, I don't want this stuff. Dexter. You know you can go in the bed, right? You don't have to just stare at it? Hang on, if I pick this up, will you... I've been acting really creepy since I went to the haunted house.
Who's a good boy?
Who's not working for a mob? I had forgotten about some of these earlier emails. I know it's only been 5 years since your wife passed away, but the truly terrible weather combined with high air pollution in our region speeds up the weathering of tombstones. I can offer you a 20% discount for your wife's grave renovations, so it will only be $320. And I like how with stuff like this, it's not there to be silly or goofy. Like, a lot of work simulator games will make a joke out of how thankless the work is. But here, it's supposed to build up a sense of resentment. Like, when you turn to crime and you get into these increasingly morally questionable situations, you're kind of supposed to feel like you're sticking it to the system, like they deserve this on some level. Well, it's hard not to want to come home from a job like this and play Luigi's Mansion. But in the meantime, maybe we can have some money to leave behind at the very least. $28,000, and that's just one bill.
Babe, we're almost done. Are you ready?
Not yet. Something's wrong.
Have you tried turning it on and off?
Yes, you can try for yourself.
Oh, that's strange. It usually works for me.
God, just shut up. Try another one.
Look at these kitties.
Finish there?
I don't know. Why can't things go right for once?
I mean,
Daddy is a criminal now, but you're still a good boy.
which is why I hope nothing happens to you. I imagine it's really easy to piss off Big Jim, and, well, even if you don't, Big Jim's clearly got a lot of enemies. If he's having to kill half the city to keep himself alive, what does that mean for people close to him? And with Tyler moving in close by, he's even closer than ever.
Morning, Kowalski. This time I have an easy-peasy job for you. You need to clean after that rat, Tyler. One small apartment, just a few bodies. Go to his place, tidy it up, and that's it. That fool and his nomad girlfriend hosted a conspiracy meeting against me. Now at least I'm done for good with this nomad shit.
For fuck's sake, Tyler. You of all people should have known that this guy wouldn't let it pass.
Did he actually, or was this just you jumping at shadows? Is this a Stalin situation? You're paranoid that everyone's plotting against you? Well, caused by the fact that some people were. But I guess our character would be at kind of a crossroads now. How do we feel about Big Jim before he was just our employer? Now he's the guy who killed our friend, the guy who we got into this to save in the first place. Tyler the businessman. What's up, Mr. Kowalski? You see, lately I've been thinking a lot about the future. That's kind of crazy because it all started getting better ever since you saved me from that Rob situation. People in the gang really respect me now. I feel as if my whole life made a quick 180. I have lots and lots of plans. I even think of creating my own business in the future. Find yourself some free time and I'll tell you the details in person. Jim might be a little crazy, but he's good to his loyal people. And I'm the most loyal, best gangsta ever. He also speaks highly of you, so I guess we might be kinda on the same page. But just in case, let me know if there's anything I can do to help you. He says he's the most loyal. Turns out that some nomad leftovers tried to make it their last will to get their revenge against me. Anyway, I got them first, as I always do. That stupid rat Tyler was trying to impress some ex-nomad and sold me out. He even invited these guys over for a secret meeting in order to join their scheme and screw me. Once I found out, I sent my people to spoil their fun. Now they're finally done for good. I don't think it's that, man. The mission is even called Friendly Fire, Jesus. And the thing is, like, I would be conflicted in this situation. Do I want this guy to finally get got by one of his enemies, or do I want to keep going? My daughter needs this money. Right around the corner, too. Big Jim claims that Tyler was going to sell him out to the nomads. But is that really the whole story?
It'll be a long night.
You're not nearly as worried about this as you should be.
Sometimes I wonder if it all had to end up like this. Tyler was a grown man making his own decisions. There was nothing more I could do to save him. But was that death truly necessary? At last, here I am, Tyler.
I mean, he wasn't a good guy by any means, but he was the whole reason we were here. Certainly a lot better than Big Jim. Dear Mr. Novak, regarding your recent application, we have just found a perfect flat for you and your lovely girlfriend. It has a big kitchen, 1 bathroom, 2 rooms, and a balcony, and is located in a quiet residential area with good transport links and shops all around. I'll be glad to give you a tour before the possible signing of a real estate purchase agreement. It's all within the discussed budget.
You really were trying to get your shit together, weren't you, Tyler?
Yes and no from the sound of it. These kitties walked all over. At least that probably implies that they made it. Then again, when Big Jim cleans house, he cleans house. You owe me. There's gonna be a lot here. Let's just start wading in. Oh, and I don't remember, did I get the... No, not that. Did I get the axe? Additional tools. Well, there's the stepladder. And that's it? Okay, I guess I didn't then. Because we're still punching. Look at that. There's our akimbo. Look, we even cross our arms. That's hilarious. See, this is that mix of serious and See, this is that mix of seriousness and comedy that I love. And it still functions the same way, it's just way faster and more efficient, and presumably can hold double the blood. Question is, who are these other people? Maybe his girlfriend actually was setting something up, but he had no idea. He was just collateral damage. I mean, I kind of doubt he was the one actually making moves. Didn't I have a second microfiber mop? I could have sworn I had two. Alright, I need to find a place to fill up my bucket. Well, getting through here is not the easiest way. Early on in any cleaning session, it's just the floor is lava. Someone here was an artist. Either him or her. There we are. I find it's really helpful to work your way outwards from somewhere. And I'm guessing this, yep, opens onto you. You know, something we're seriously gonna have to start thinking about. I mean, it sucks what happened to Tyler, but he included us in that email. And it really sounds like he wanted us to be a part of whatever he was doing, even if what he was doing was something completely legitimate. Big Jim is not going to be in a state to see it that way. And we should be really careful. I mean, I guess he hasn't seen it if we're the ones coming here to do this job. But then again, as I've noted, a lot of these jobs feel like...
Tyler, this isn't the kind of trouble I can get you out of.
A lot of them feel like they're intended to send a message to me. I mean, granted, I'm probably a more valuable asset than him.
I won't end up like that one day.
I mean, I'm probably a more valuable asset than him. But then again, for somebody like Big Jim, what does that matter? He's certainly getting a lot of use out of me lately, but what happens when his spree is over? And the answer is, well, when tyrants like him get into the stage of questioning the loyalty of everyone around them, the people they need, that tends to be a death spiral. They don't actually tend to recover from it. I guess we can just hope that somebody is successful in protecting themselves even before that. Hey, maybe that's why so many people are conspiring against him. I mean, if you're gonna die, whether you're loyal or not, you might as well be disloyal. Okay, now the cool thing about sponges is that they don't knock stuff around, so it's great for precision cleaning. There we go. All looks good. Fortunately, with the pattern of some of these tiles, it's kind of hard to tell. Oh. Is that pizza finished? Okay, we have sponged the pizza. I guess it wasn't. And there's another tape. The music in this game is godly. Like, I've gone and looked up a lot of these artists in the time I've been playing this. We don't even have anything to say, but our subtitle tells the whole story. Of course, the question remains, who are these people? Wow, these cats really went to town, didn't they? I mean, I expect nothing less from the guys, but still. Oops. Okay, this is gonna be a while, so let's get a couple of these buckets going. You can go over in the corner here. I always press Q instead of tab. Didn't I have another bucket? Yeah, there's a second bucket. Why wouldn't you let me grab it? Clearly I'm trying to get the one I do not have in my hands, game. This one can go more over here. Oops. Don't fall over. Sponges are best for carpet. Actually, in a place like this where it's not necessarily easy to see, well, we could do that, or we could grab a UV lamp. There we are. Oh, you won't be needing this. Please don't touch anything. I'm tired of constantly changing strings, and we need to save. Love you. Wait, constantly changing strings?
Tyler seems to have liked music, but I guess music didn't like him back.
You giving like a CSI Miami cold open line, followed by tossing up those sponges and catching them, was truly remarkable, and I feel like it needs to have attention brought to it. But yeah, at this point it's just a matter of getting these carpets clean. It's the main thing anyway, unless we start tossing bodies everywhere. Really, these cat tracks are so small, it is easier to go after them with the sponges. Alright, let's get you out of
Nowhere
here.
to run, nowhere to hide.
Not quite? Okay, let's try from this angle then. There we go. That was remarkable. We are gonna have so much trash to pick up. Is there some place in particular where this goes? Right here. Oops. But we gotta get that off. And you. It feels weird to be putting furniture back before we've even cleaned up all the blood while there's bodies still on the floor.
Looks like normal party supplies.
Except with infinite beer. But it doesn't exactly sound like the meeting of the minds for a new cartel. Man, these things really do absorb a lot of blood, huh? These UV lamps just reveal that everything is so much worse than you think, huh? $300. Like, this guy just has so much cash laying around, which I guess makes sense. I wonder how something like this would actually work. Like,
Interior design is my passion.
would a mob like this give you cash on hand so that you can... crap, I spilled this. Would they give you cash just physically and leave you to figure it out? Because you would think that would be a lot of liability for them if you get caught being foolish with it. I don't know, maybe they would have some kind of, like, corrupt investment account that they can put it in, and then you can just, like, take it from there all laundered? I don't know. Like, I would really think that an organization like this would want to handle the laundering themselves so that there's no risk of you screwing it up and having it come back on them. Couch at the foot of the bed. Interesting choice. Although I imagine it enables all kinds of possibilities.
All work, no play. Goddamn.
Can't even finish that one, can you? Still, once more, even though knowing some of this is my friend's blood, I find that I can't help but take satisfaction in this. Of having to play the floor as lava when I come in here to now just kind of waltzing through. look at a certain angle and you can't even tell anything's amiss. That's the thing, that's why I pretty much always get 100% on these things, is because, like, I do take a sense of pride in it. I like the idea of leaving no trace, even if, like, my conscience wishes there was at least something. You know, not enough to get caught, but something so that people would know what happened. It's like how old serial killers will confess or start taking more risks because they want to get caught, because they want to be recognized. And that's the worst part, is that I don't know what I value more. I don't know if I value what I'm doing for my daughter more, or if I just like being good at it. All of this back. Actually, let's bring the UV lamp up. Because that was weird, the sound just cut out. But anyway, yeah, it's always so much worse than you think in the shadows. There we are. I can't open any of these, but there is a recorder.
Day 17 of Sudoku therapy. So, yeah, I'm solving Sudokus again. I'm kinda starting to get how it works. My therapist told me that it's good for my mind, but shit is hard. Like, what number am I supposed to type in here? God, you better be right, Doc, because I am freaking stretching my mind here. But I think I actually feel slightly better.
Sudoku therapy. Maybe you should have thought about getting a second opinion on that.
Even in the goofiness, there's a weight to it. Because, like, it's one thing to kill off a character at the end of their story, but it's another entirely to kill off someone who it seems like they still had more to do.
Amateurs.
What, are we into this game? Oh, that's right.
So much blood. I'm seeing red now.
We do actually have the infinite flashlight. I had forgotten about that. But even still, the UV is better. So let's grab you and bring you over here. There's also still that other bucket. In which case I'm going to leave you over here then. But I'm probably going to open that up last. There's still 2 bodies that we have not recovered. One of them is right there, and the last is in there. This one's not a very big one, but they don't all need to be. I like that it's more about the details of the scenes than about the sheer scale of them. That was one of the issues I have with Viscera Cleanup Detail, is that eventually a lot of the maps are just tedious and not all that interesting, at least last time I played. Of course, the holiday ones are really cool. There we go. Does everybody have a green screen these days? I say with a retracted green screen right behind me. Honestly, our ability to clean bloodstains out of fabric should make us some kind of janitorial legend. These cats really just got everywhere, huh? Honestly, I'm half tempted to try a run where I just clean everything except the paw prints and just see what all they got up to. Look at that, it's like this one crawled across the table to come have a look and drink out of this red Solo cup. We need you.
I need to clear the way first.
Yeah, that's not gonna be easy to do is the problem. I mean, there are so many things you're intersecting with. thing that I'm thinking about as I look around this room with all these shelves and drawers is, to what extent are we going to loot our friend's corpse? And it's not like it would be unprecedented, and it's not like he's using it anyway, but, I mean, there's only to some extent we can rationalize doing the best job we can do. We are so good at this, we can start cleaning things before the sponges are even in our hands. Honestly, I don't know what kind of janitorial Mr. Miyagi we learned this from, but they were clearly good at what they did. Now for the carpet. This level is like mostly carpet and fabric. But once more, I find myself doing that thing where I think about what it would be like if somebody were to come in right now. Like, what if the investigation started right here? Actually, if the two people that I got were Tyler and his girlfriend, that would be really interesting, because it's like these random people are dead in this apartment while the owners are nowhere to be found. They would probably be the prime suspects, right? Hang on, let's move up the UV lamp. It's a lot more irritating than it looks to maneuver this thing. And if it bumps, like, I'm not pressing something to turn it off. If it bumps anything, it doesn't like that and it shuts off. But the thing is, like, when you bring it into an area and everything is just an absolute glowing mess, you look at it and you think, how am I even going to be able to scratch that? And then seconds later, it's all done. This game actually, like, none of its levels really take a super long time. I mean, I've usually spent like an hour each going for absolute perfection, and that even applies to the larger ones for the most part. Whereas with Viscera Cleanup Detail, I find that often the stock maps do kinda get old before you're finished cleaning them. There we are. I find I break these things up into patterns, create an island, and then remove that island.
It's time to leave. The movie night is over.
Getting the impression that all of these people were completely innocent. Tyler wasn't just a hapless bystander. That's 4 bodies. Come on. Let's negotiate these hitboxes to get the stubborn bloodstains under the table or couch. Where's the rest of this? Yep. Now we're tearing off cushions. Somebody's phone. A says, "And how about you, dude?" Benny D says, "I don't know. I'm kind of working out my life right now." "What do you mean?" "I found a new job. A normal job. Time to move on." "You? Normal job?" "Yeah, right."
It looks like they were trying to get their lives together.
I think I'm starting to see. Maybe they actually were all in the game, but they were all trying to get out of it at the same time, all trying to, in solidarity, move on to better things. That's why he wanted me to be in on it. We were almost here. If only we had responded to that email. But it's not an if only because we could have done something. We could have done nothing. All it means is that we would have been part of this scene. So I guess in a messed up way, we should be happy? How do you feel happy about this? You there. You
Like no
there.
one was ever here.
Well, we're not quite there yet. Calm down. And with the UV lamp, you notice all these tiny little smudges. that absolutely need to be removed. Seeing all these little bits everywhere is making me really paranoid. We're definitely doing a run-through with the UV lamp later. According to this, we've only removed 86% of all blood. Alright, where do you go? Not on here. Oh, come on. Bugs like this are what's going to lead to me not being able to do this. You go there, you go there. Perfect. You two there. And there. There's got to be more cushions around. Yep. Don't break, please. There we go. Well, at least the furniture is getting back in order. I'm also wandering around a little bit just so I can see where the blood counts as. Because when we look at... Actually, when we look at the thing on the left, that shows everything. It just says Tyler's apartment. So maybe that really is all there is? Oops. Okay, I guess that counted as spilling despite not being knocked over. Alright, let's get what we can on the mop while we can. Actually, if you abandon it in a certain state, it'll raise even more questions, and they'll look even more closely.
You must be Trisha. Tyler talked a lot about you.
So this is the girlfriend. But as I was saying, if you abandon at a certain point in the cleanup process, they'll look even more closely because it'll be clear that someone tried to clean up. Anyway, there's no reason for this not to be moved closer because we have gotten most of the blood in the apartment. And those two cats, they really did get everywhere, huh? Thankfully, we haven't seen any kitty bodies, so presumably they just went out the window and are now haunting the neighborhood, probably drenched in this stuff. This is the stuff folklore is made of. We're gonna tell stories about these cats. But truth is stranger than fiction. Garnacho, Trisha! Something of a struggling artist. There we go. Not a whole lot of these things are openable, I'm finding. Trisha says, I invited my pals. There'll be 5 of us. I'm not so sure about them. Won't they try to pull something? Come on, these are my friends. I know, sweetie. It's just... No, yeah, you're right. It'll be fun. I think you're gonna actually like them. Just try to get along, alright? Okay, it'll be fine.
It did not go fine.
This whole thing was a misunderstanding. But that's who they're working for, or who he was working for, but it's not like he didn't recognize the danger. This was all about getting out. But there is no out.
Sorry, Paul. This was out of my control. I hope at least you're reunited with your son now.
You felt a responsibility for him. Okay. How are we gonna start getting this stuff together? First of all, we need to break some of this stuff up. Come on. Trying to punch this thing to death does not seem like the best course of action. But it's kind of all we've got.
It won't move like this.
Yeah, what's it gonna take to make it move is my question. We've still got this red cushion, which I guess probably goes to not you. If anything, yeah, no, it's just gonna count as trash. I should have gotten the axe because this is honestly like one of the least well-working mechanics in the game is punching stuff to break it, which isn't really a criticism because that's probably why you're supposed to buy the axe, but still. Come on. Okay, I guess we're not supposed to break the cushion even though it's still green. What can we see from this window? Just a nice alleyway. I mean, they were trying to move on, but this is a really nice place.
Something is blocking the way.
Yes, I can see that.
I need to clear the way first.
Okay, you go over here. And you to here. There is so much furniture to be moved.
Won't move like this.
You there? And there must be one more cushion somewhere. But some of the stuff is like, how did he even travel this far? At least we've gotten rid of all the blood. That's always a positive, right? Things are always less of a crime scene without blood.
Something is blocking the way.
Alright. Maybe it's this?
I need to clear the
No.
way first.
Okay, I'm just gonna start getting some garbage bags in here because this is getting annoying. Garbage can. And just pick up all the minute little nonsense. Unfortunately, these big things make that a little rough. There we go. Oh, something you guys had told me about the last part is that we can combine garbage bags. That doesn't matter a ton on this map, simply because the bin is right there. But if we try that, let's drop you. Grab all the rest of this, because they had to make as big a mess of this place as possible. I actually prefer the blood. There we go. The extra capacity is certainly helping, though. If we try tossing two of these bags, we should be able to combine them, right? There we go, and it makes a bigger one. You get in there. For some reason, we can't pick up the potato chips. The potato chips are untrashable. And that would have been really useful in the last level where we had to haul like 8 garbage bags out to a truck that was all the way down the driveway. That was an annoying one. Let's peek under the chairs and couches, make sure we get everything, because I kind of worked over this stuff before. Yep. I always hate it when I learn that I can do something in a game, and then at that point, the only reason to use it is to apply that knowledge. I mean, granted, it's useful going forward.
Is Sudoku back to its former glory?
Things you muse on when cleaning up your friend's corpse. Yep.
It won't move like this.
Oh, it still won't move. What is it stuck on? Wait. There we go, I guess. Maybe the thing in the way was me. But you're now up. Still a dozen things we need to put back. Let's get to punching this table apart like a Neanderthal. Just sticking an entire table in here. Okay, so 2 of them will combine together. We can't just keep doing that indefinitely until we have a massive giant trash bag, but we can at least have our load. Now as for the rest of this stuff, we got some more shell casings on the bed. And a whole bunch more out here, I remember. It's like somebody was following him, shooting him all the way up into the shower. Like he fell down here and then they just stood here and kept shooting. Still, once all the biological debris is gone, it just becomes a regular janitor job, doesn't it? Just picking things up off the floor, making sure it's spotless. Honestly, if somebody were to come in right now and start investigating, it would just be confusing. Question is, in a place with so many neighbors, how do you make this much noise and not draw any attention? Maybe it's one of those places where people just know that if they see something, no they didn't. Given what a hair trigger this guy's on, can you blame them? Alright. So I think we've got the garbage, we just need to get rid of the bags then. Oops. There we are. Just about the furniture now. So surely this goes somewhere, right? The fact that it's messy at all is gonna bother me immensely. Oh, come on. Like, we need to at least put this stuff somewhere believable, right? Wait, what's that? Catnip, I suppose. I mean, that's not the model it's using, but I would have to imagine that's catnip. This guy keeping fruit drinks and other assorted groceries in drawers. So his life wasn't entirely together at this point. But man, what is it even worth the moral injury stealing so little in a situation like this? Like, yeah, we made a couple $100 extra from being hired by the guy who killed our friend to clean his corpse. And the answer is she needs it more than he does, right? A little confused at where I'm looking next, though. I mean, there's the lamps. Which go right here on the bedside. This one goes somewhere nearby too, I guess. Yep. You to here. It's starting to be the less obvious things that I need to worry about. What even are you? You're like a footrest. And now we only need to put 8 things back. Well, 2 of them are gonna be these speakers. Question is, where were they? That shows us. There was another one somewhere. I know I picked up another one. Also, everybody has like sick gaming setups in this universe. Like even people you wouldn't expect. There's a tool drawer, you know, the one you keep right behind your computer. You know, no wonder it took you so long working for a mob boss to afford a house. You got so much money just stashed away. How do you even keep track of it all when it's not centralized or, you know, in a bank? There's Gotta be. Oh, look at that. You are hiding on top of the cat tree. There you go. That would have been a fun detail for investigators. Although I think we are officially at the point where there's not going to be an investigation. 4 objects out of place is hardly anything to write home about. Or write to your boss about. Fine. $50. What else is there then? Well, we can put you back. And right, I had forgotten we have the ability that lets us see what's stealable. Trisha's necklace and ring. And a prized, whatever material this is, cat. You need to be put back basically exactly where you are. You actually do have a place, and that's right over here. Remember, if detectives find this anywhere but right here, they'll know something's up. Actually, not that surprising. I imagine they've been here tons of times. This is sellable. And we found his stash of catnip. And his stash of something else. My god, he definitely wasn't totally out. But that was his job after all. If anything, I'm doing him a favor. Sparing his image, right? Really sparing his image. I actually don't know how much I like being able to see this stuff. But hey, it was my idea to get it. We don't need these upgrades. I wonder if there's actually a way to go back and disable them. There we go. We don't need to get that stuff, but it's still bothering me. There's one thing out of place somewhere. I see. And here. And there we go, location cleaned. Now the question is, any secrets? There we go!
That must have been for a rainy day.
Should have been for getting out of here immediately. Are there any other secrets then? There's a ring over here. I'm really just sonar pinging this whole place at this point. Batteries, come on, AA's are expensive. They've got to be worth something. We've got to make this job worth it in all aspects. What was with that giant clock? Like, I'm not just gonna let that slide. I want to know. Oh my god, how much in the way of drugs did you have stashed in the darkness here? So it was the $100 bill right here. And a ring on the sink. It's a lot of really small things. But that's about all there is to it. I think we've already been through here and, well, I'm probably gonna hit the road. The only thing bothering me is this big old stack of boxes here. Like, this all makes me think that there's something hidden, even though there's no room for something to be hidden. But now I'm at the point where I'm ransacking the place. I'm ransacking the place in order to find something to enrich myself. I mean, my daughter. It's a real interesting game. I love something that actually commits to its ideas. But knowing that there probably are still more secrets, I'm out. Perfect score as far as cleanup goes. We got all the evidence and bodies. Got a whole lot of drugs and jewelry from here. And even still, it's less than half of that medical bill. But when you add up all our jobs, it comes out to a lot better. And there was another secret somewhere. Okay. Now we're buying the hatchet. Oh, and I'm also gonna increase the cleaner duration. Cleaner sense without limits. Yes, please. I would actually really like that because I'm using it more often now. Who's calling me?
Outstanding job, Kowalski. This red Tyler tried to get to me, but I can smell traitors for miles. Good thing you, Mr. Kowalski, are not like them.
Big Jim is becoming even more unhinged with each day. I just really hope he doesn't get any wrong ideas, so I won't be next on his list.
How many people has he had murdered just in the last couple months? Like, even in crime boss standards, this guy's a lunatic. And the more enemies he finds, the more enemies he'll make.
Dexter, what are you doing up, boy?
I guess we're coming home late. No new messages. I guess that means it's time for us to turn in too, then. I can't wait to see what horrors tomorrow holds. Our own inner thoughts, I guess.
It's Jim. My daughter got herself in a little bit of trouble. She will contact you soon, and I need you to help her. Do well, and obviously, you'll get paid like always.
So this is Big Jim. Then imagine Big Jim's daughter. The back door is open. Huh. I guess this isn't anything I need to worry about. It's all enclosed anyway. Actually kind of nice. This is a guy who probably wouldn't have it so bad if the world wasn't determined to make everything hard for him. Still, with her away, what do we even have in the world? I mean, besides Dexter, of course. We don't even have correspondence with, like, the one friend. It's just our work now. We're renovating the room. What does that mean? Hang on. We need to check our email. Elena says, I miss you. Hi, Dad. Lately I've been feeling a bit worse. It's frustrating how weak my body feels sometimes, and I have to stay in bed all day. I need to rest more to get back on track, but the doctors say it might take some time. I miss you a lot and really wish I could come home to be with you. I know I need to recover first, though, because they won't let me leave otherwise. But I'm strong. Just wait for me a little longer. I can't leave Dexter hanging. Love you. I mean, that sounds like she's getting better, but I don't remember if they even ever said what she has. Either way, you say they won't let you leave. They absolutely will if the cash stops flowing. Party's over. Hi, I'm Amber, Big Jim's daughter. I need your help, Mr. Kowalski. So, there was this party in my place, and we had some brand new cool drugs to make things fun. But lol, there was some dope stuff, and everyone went kinda crazy. Somehow I fell asleep, then just kinda woke up and everyone was dead. So, like, whatever. Will you help me out? Dad said you probably should, but no pressure. It's a summer resort my daddy gave me, and I don't want any trouble, you know? By the way, dead bodies smell really, really bad. Do what you have to do. Burn them, dismember them, dissolve them in a barrel, throw them into a river. I don't care. Just make sure nobody finds out. XOXO. Amber. 9 bodies. God. The contrast between these two emails, the duality of man, or woman, I guess. Here we go.
Who's a good boy? Who's not working for a mom?
You always have to say hello and goodbye to Dexter. Maybe we're preparing for her return. Oh, this is way out in the middle of nowhere. Big Jim's daughter hosted a party, which ended up with lots of drugged up and now dead guests. Now her summer resort requires a thorough cleaning. And I imagine Big Jim will be going after the people who sold her the stuff.
Amber. Who would have thought? Like father, like daughter. This whole party didn't even really seem necessary.
I always loved the weariness in the getting out of the car animation, and really all this guy's animations. I mean, it just feels like he's getting out thinking, oh my god, what now?
Let's get this party started.
It's your own little wonderland, Loud Valley. How did somebody manage to get a bloodstain right there?
Holy moly, what were they cooking?
I don't know, but it seems like they didn't just overdose, they completely lost their minds. The cabins. This is gonna be one of those multi-part parts. Oh, let's get to work. First things first, we gotta find ourselves a place to buck it up. You're completely burnt. Or something.
Burned to a crisp. She must have been caught in an explosion from the campfire.
You don't mean to tell me you got launched all the way over here, but look. There's something embedded in the wall from the explosion. It's like, oh god, did they drag a barrel over here or something that contained something flammable? Oh, that's 1 out of 9. Even the area back here by the dumpsters is a mess.
You should leave hiding the evidence to trained professionals.
Well, they threw it out. It's gone. So we've got the cabins on the right over there, and we've got the house on the left. A whole lot of area in between. Okay, because of the size of this, I really am going to have to be as methodical as possible.
Driving under the influence claims another victim.
How did a trike accident result in all that? Well, it hardly matters now. He's still dead at the end of the day. Two out of 9.
The one last landing.
Listen to that. We pop the balloons as we walk over them. Well, some of them. In a certain way. What happened to some of you? It's like a horror story. They all freaked out, I guess hallucinated, and started killing each other. Party like there's no tomorrow. There's one thing this game loves, it's irony. For the scene outside, the interior of this cabin looks sort of okay so far. Which makes me wonder what the twist is. No? Actually, this back bathroom seems alright. There is a tape here. Maybe we should try it. And wait, how did we do that again? Music? I don't remember what I just picked up. Ah, this right here. Might as well have tunes, right? Oh yeah, this is some party song right here. Aside from this place being a little bit trashed, though. Nothing much. Although we can climb up here and use it to get from one room to the next. Down you go. This one is in less good shape. Some real comfy cabins, though. I wouldn't mind sleeping in a place like this. Come with me.
Another one. It must have blown all over.
What I don't understand is the how and why. There you go. So that is 1/3 of the bodies I need to collect right there. What is with these explosive barrels? Actually, there's a phone on the ground. Maybe we can use that to get some idea for what was going on here. It looks like you got launched in this entire seat. There you go. Baddies. And girls, he's acting weird. What is he planning? Sweetie, I have an idea. We can all write our thoughts at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Your unsent message was, Death gonna propose to you. Literally a countdown to your death. I think there is actually an achievement for popping all the balloons in this level. I don't know if I have time for that. But I will say it's tempting. We really need a place to wash this, though. There's gotta be a usable sink somewhere. This one is a restricted area. Sounds interesting. That looks like a bathroom. Somebody didn't realize how messed up they were. Oh god, you know what? I actually do have to stop the music because stuff like this actually does tend to cause copyright issues, which is really annoying. And I'm paranoid about it because it has given me a lot of issues lately. The annoying thing about classical music when it comes to copyright is that, like, the song itself may be in the public domain, but a performance can be copyrighted. And with the way Content ID works, even if it's not that performance, it might still see it as such, you know, because it's an existing song. Thankfully, I feel no qualms whatsoever about stealing from here.
A rave full of dead people. A rave yard.
Okay, you deserve some credit for that. I'll give it where it's due. I do like it when people have the decency to explode on wood floors. Makes my job a whole lot easier. I also like how full of blood people are. Makes my job a lot more interesting. Let's grab you. Oh yeah. So that's the funny thing about listening to exciting music while doing, like, menial work. There's such a contrast, and it's kind of like what you want to hear, but it's also just really unfitting for the situation. Unless you do stuff like this, then it's actually kind of fitting. Okay, never mind. Hang on, we might actually be onto something. We might be onto something, like going about your menial task as if it's an action movie and playing appropriate soundtrack to match. That can be a really cool vibe on its own. Alright. What did I do with this thing? Right under the flamingo. At least you died in the arms of the one you loved. A bolt. Somebody went on a crossbow rampage. That's actually kind of sad to think about. Still, it seems like this one is more intended as a breather. Something to get our mind off of everything we just went through in the previous apartment. Yep. Really, removing the bodies can almost be seen as a measure of overall progress, can it? Okay, no more corpses here. All this blood mixed in with alcohol, and that's an appropriate visual metaphor for everything that's going on here, but also it's kind of weird that the alcohol is harder to remove of the two.
That was a bolt move.
Alright, so one of two things happened here. Either they hit the apple and then shot you in the neck, or they shot you in the neck and then went back for the apple. We're gonna fall. Thank you.
Satisfied now, Robin Hood.
Well, in the moment, it seems like they were really satisfied. And you go. Also, I've noticed the soundscapes are behaving a little bit weirdly, aren't they? Like in terms of when they activate versus when they leave you. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bodies, I think. I mean, we can see it in the top left, but I still like to try and count. And there's another one over there. Removed 5% of the blood, according to this. Maybe I should have gotten the thing for the other bucket. I'm actually starting to wonder if maybe it wouldn't be better to do the trash first. You know, get it out of the way for the blood. You know what? Let's do that. Let's experiment, try something new. And hey, this consolation prize for all this, there's $100 on the ground. My sister found $100 on the ground once, and I was so jealous. There we go. Yep. Thank you. You're gonna be a heavy one.
That's why you shouldn't do suspicious drugs. Or any drugs for that matter.
I'll be honest, for the most part, my interest in the things that go on here is purely professional. But I would have loved to have seen your guys' final hours. So I get the impression it was some real first-class entertainment. Yep. Of course, Big Jim's daughter is the one who set all this up, and she feels and will walk away taking no responsibility for any of it. I mean, that's one of the people I hate the most. The kind who will cause all of this destruction and are literally too dumb to recognize that it wasn't just the universe doing stuff to them. Okay, that should be that table good. Now, about the rest of this place. What's cool about this game, especially once you get upgrades, is that you have a pretty wide area of effect. It doesn't constantly having you have to re-up your equipment or go back for different trips. When you're working on stuff like this, it actually goes fairly quickly. Not so quickly that it feels like it's just giving it to you, like you're just clicking an OK button, but you don't spend a million years on each little sub-project. It makes you feel like things are moving, you know? Just throwing money everywhere. They must have hired like a clown or something. I guess we don't have to pick up all these cigarette butts. That's it for here. I mean, that's the question, is do I want to do like I did before and do each type of garbage or each type of uncleanliness on its own? Or do I want to take it area by area? And the answer is right now I'm kind of doing a hybrid of both, which means no plan whatsoever. Cool control room.
Too old to have fun, huh?
I like to subscribe to that philosophy. Out of the way. There we go. And we're raising the water. Which actually in this moment is probably not what we want. I'm just looking around. Is there another body here? No, but somebody's stack of Benjamins is here, so that's fine. Let's actually put that down. I'm not sure why we would want this. I mean, besides for the fun of it. Okay, well, I'm still in my mission to remove bodies, so let's try cabin number 2. We already came through here. We haven't seen the back yet. I kind of want to save the empty cabin for last. So in here, there was like nothing. We are bagging up insane amounts of material here, but I'm not complaining. We're gonna have to clean all this soot around the fireplace, aren't we? Looks that way. All right, refill time. Somehow, I have only wiped 39% of blood. There's some of that blue meth I keep hearing about. Yeah, I don't know what drug was the mystery drug, but I guess for our purposes, it doesn't really matter. We just have to remember that we are responsible for what happens if we try and take it and flip it. Actually, with how tough this is being, this might actually be a job for the power washer. But hey, it hardly matters now. I'm done mopping the dirt in the middle of this fire pit. Problem is, when it's not striking red like the blood, it becomes a lot harder to tell where this stuff is and isn't. But we can make do. I'm actually going to bring out the UV lamp right here because I just know that I'm missing stuff. Like all that. Okay, sponges. Sponges are the better thing for this. For stubborn stains. Detergent would also help, but like it's very... I also never used the soaps in Power Washer Simulator, and the reason for that is because it's money, it's limited, and when you tell me something is limited in a game like this, I just don't want to use it. Even if we did get upgrades that enable us to use a lot more. The sponge actually carry themselves for a while now. Now the question is, what's hiding
Need to clear the way first.
beneath the bench? They were all here. All 3 of the people in this conversation were here. I mean, I guess we knew that, but seeing it like this makes it all the more clear. Oh, hey, there was a faucet right around this corner. Oh well, no matter. We can get behind the cabins and find a potential secret. Actually, wait, no, where's our hatchet? There we go. That's much better. And it was only 1 point. We should have had that from the very beginning. Can we bundle you all into 2 bags? I hope so. You had your own little grow-op. Unfortunately, we can't take the plants for ourselves to sell. But we can take the package stuff.
Should have stuck to a good, proven stuff.
That's what I'm saying, man. Well, this was one of the more profitable ventures I've seen. And on top of the huge amount we're already getting paid, this is a really good thing for us. Hearing those sirens out there is not reassuring in a moment like this. All the more motivation to make sure that this place is as clean as possible when they arrive, right? If they arrive. Even knowing it's not for us. Like, you've got to hear your stomach drop hearing that, right? There we go.
Something is blocking the way.
There's the lighter that did it, huh? Okay. A lot of furniture out of place, a lot of trash. But actually, not even the blood is gone. There is so much here that is still wrong. We haven't even begun to get this stuff done. Look at these planks. I'm not sure what was supposed to go right with these things. All that in a garbage bag, and we've still got room for more. I'm just assuming that this counts as blood, or... It appears so. Just any wipeable liquids will count as blood. See, now I'm removing all this debris because, oddly enough, it makes me feel more complete than the blood itself. I wonder if anything would have been washed down the drain here. I'm in a pickle now where the only way to get out of here is up the bloody ladder. Maybe I can use it a little bit for myself. Sponge work is not the most efficient way to do this. Yep. Actually, come on. We're gonna fill you, and you're gonna be our pool buddy. I can't believe after all this, we're still missing a third of the bodies. But progress is being made, slowly but surely. It seems like a really big area with a lot going on, and it is. But once you start looking around and seeing areas that were fully trashed, and seeing that they've been completely made like a non-factor...
For every time I have to clean blood out of the pool.
Actually, you're right, that has been kind of a recurring trend. But yeah, once you start looking at it as a few dirty areas in a clean map and not making a small clean patch in a dirty map, that's when you know you're making progress. And really, it doesn't take long to reach that point. There we go. That is all of the outdoor blood. These rubber duckies, man. Here, you can wait in the bin, right? These things even squeak as I step over them. They're not the armed variant, though. No, you need a government contract in order to get those. I guess we may as well fill the pool, right? Actually, I've just realized what the ramps were for. That's how they got the thing in here. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Also, not everything is buoyant. That's how they got the scooter in here, is what I was trying to say. Okay, now the furniture.
Something is blocking
A bit
the way.
more difficult. Let's have a look at all the things that need to be righted here. That other chair is still in the pool. I just couldn't wait to flood it again. can't get a perfect score while it's like that. I'm just gonna leave it empty until I'm 100% sure we're done out here. Oh my god, come on. I hate that little thing that sometimes happens in first-person games, and I don't know if it's an engine thing, where you're trying to move over land, and your character just kind of slides and throws their arms up as if they're falling. That's about it for here, or is it? All those kegs need to be returned to this location here. We need to build ourselves a proper stack. Problem is, it looks like there's way more missing than this immediate area can actually account for. So, when we're building our little pyramid of drunkenness, where else can we find more? A bunch of them may have fallen down here, I suppose. There's one. Is this what it's like to clean up an Airbnb that you own? Oh, I had to put you in your specific spot. I think I'm still missing like 3 of them. There's one right inside the door. These things were carried all over. Nope, just the one more. Let's get to work on the garbage then. And don't sweat the small stuff, because the small stuff tends to fit in a bag in large numbers. Alright, I'd forgotten about this bedroom. Come on. Can I put you together after the fact? I can. That is on me. You gotta get another... Problem is my stuff is so scattered now. Yep, that's fully mended, no worries. Magic. Absolute magic. These chairs have been moved everywhere. And I don't know why that's my primary concern. But it's not even the mess they made by splattering themselves all over this place. It's the mess in general. The mess they made before they died that bothers me. There we go. Actually, there's only one more thing, and it is that keg. Can I spot it somewhere? That's gonna drive me insane now. You're coming in here. Where's our friendly UV lamp? Where did I leave it? Over here. Everything should be in order in this neck of the woods. By everything should be in order, I mean we've got most of it. Okay, so the mop can pop a balloon. I'm not sure how that works. Maybe we just press on it hard enough. I don't know. Everything out from under. I just find it endlessly amusing that, look, we can be scrubbing this blood out of carpet, and it's while our sponges are still in the air while being thrown. That's the extent to which we've trained in this art. It is actually kind of funny for the player's personal momentum, isn't it? How you start off just slowly creeping your way through this murder scene that turns out to be more than you thought. And then by the end of this, we're just doing whatever we do with that sponge. Excuse me, you're not being nearly receptive enough to being sponged. Maybe if I put you on top of the table, I'll have an angle for underneath. There we go. That's two. Honestly, I feel like if the police were to come in now and see everything here but only the 3 bodies, their main question would be, only 3 bodies? I mean, these people got pretty wild with whatever they were on before they died, but well, whatever it was, it still probably couldn't account for all this. I say probably. You're ready to be put back, which reveals what's under it. That moment where you're pushing the couch back after a party is just the mystery box, isn't it? Is there going to be nothing under it, or is there going to be something so horrific I don't even want to keep cleaning for a while? In this case, fortune. Fortune and glory for the almighty janitor.
Clear the way first.
Out of the way, you. Place is starting to look better, which is all we can really ask for. I've actually found this is true with like any task, and maybe this just works for me. It's really helped me on the treadmill, but when you look at something that you really don't want to do, I like to think, okay, I'm not going to do it all, I'm just going to do this piece of it, just this small portion. And I find that it's really hard to say, I'm going to do the whole thing, but it's actually really easy to do the portion that I said I was going to do, and then be like, as a treat for future me, I'll do a little more. It's always easier to do a little more than the whole thing. Especially when you get into that groove where you do a little more and you can keep doing a little more. That's actually, in my case, that's the most surefire way I found to actually do the whole thing. This is starting to get a bit repetitive. I want to see if there's a place where I can turn off the tunes. Right after I collect another 100. Just breaking left and right. But we are chipping away. We are making progress. There we go. Voltage resonance. Yo, snag your drip, cause Adarak's about to yeet us on a cosmic riz. Get lit, cause we're jetting off to the stars. Sheesh. Okay, forget that. I do like a lot of the songs in the soundtrack, it's just a question of, am I going to have to mute that section? And the answer is, for most of this, no. Like, I have had very few problems with this game, except for the one, and that was classical music. Who cares says, tomorrow lots. Where are you, mate? Now listen, this ain't some weak stuff. This is some new line of product. It'll mess you up. 'Kay? And Candyman cries back.
This answer certainly explains itself.
Yeah, they were warned. They can't say they weren't warned. Do not look at the ducks. What do you do if it's too late? Okay, let's start getting rid of trash. There's a lot of it here. Interestingly enough, this is the first time I'm bothering to look at it. It doesn't register as gotten until it's in the bag, which makes sense, but it means there's a huge leap every time you let go of the left mouse button. So much pizza gone to waste. That's the real tragedy in this game. That's 83% of all trash in this area. And very close to all of the blood. Hang on, I'm gonna walk around a bit with you. Oops. Nothing here. But at least I can just press E to get the light back. That was something, but it didn't do anything. Oh, right here. I completely neglected this. But we're still down at 96%. Might as well take all this money. Okay, so now what? Can't turn on the light. That just shows me things that need to be moved, but no blood. Do you know what killers would do for a tool that tells them how much evidence they left at a scene? They'd probably kill. I don't know where I'm going with this. It's just a really obvious statement, but it's something that I hadn't really thought about until now. You go right over here. We can actually just keep spamming that ability now, but I just don't like to. Oops. Still a bit more down here. 98%. It's the last couple of percent that'll always get you in a situation like this. $99. 100. Perfect. Now, if only I could find that one keg. Much obliged. Alright, you're coming with me. And we are more or less finishing out here. But this thing is a long, long way from home. There we go. I swear I can never keep track of these things. We're gonna need it going forward. So much broken glass and garbage. And what is with these fragments of explosive whatever all over the place? Like, was there more than one, or did it actually just blow through the door like this? Still, the satisfaction of seeing it all come together, that's the primary motivating factor. I mean, even though this game is a lot more thoughtful than others of its genre, it's, I don't know, it is still a shining example of that genre. Yep.
First things first, gotta scrub, scrub, scrub.
Oh, that'll do it. Yep. There you go. And it is just everywhere. And the crazy thing about this is, like, for a game like this, it's really weird that it challenges its genre and is still satisfying in all the same ways. Like, it is a straight example of the cleaner genre. It's just kind of doing a better job of it. I don't know, I guess I still haven't gotten over the fact that out of all the similar games on Steam, this is the one that, like, feels like they cared. Actually, wait, hang on. I'm gonna alt-tab out and see, because I've noticed a weird shorthand for low quality, at least something of a connotation, and that's if it's a publisher that has a million titles under their belt and their title has SA under it. Hang on. Published by Playway SA, yes. And I kind of know them as the publishers of 1,000,000,001 crappy simulators. But they're also the publishers of, well, this and another one that I've been playing recently, which is Contraband Place. And those are both, like, surprisingly good and deep. Now, I understand they're the publishers and not the developers, but it's a very spammy model, I feel like. You know, we've got that. We're throwing out the pizza. I don't know why I did that. It's a crime against humanity. All this shattered glass. Yeah, blew the front windows right out, huh?
No littering. But what exactly counts as litter?
My thoughts exactly. You're not... I mean, you are clear about that, but it's inconsistent with reality. And here's number 3. Your unsent message was, maybe this MFer wants to dump you. You all had wildly different ideas. Well, let's start the looting then, I guess. So many drugs left behind. Come on, there we go. We could make the jump into that third place. It looks like an absolute bloodbath. Okay. We actually haven't even begun to get all the blood, but most of it, I would wager, is in the other place. I can play this game, though. One more piece of furniture, and that's this chair. It seems kind of inconsistent, unless there is no furniture to move back into place on the other side. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. In the meantime, you're coming with me. I'm actually amazed at the amount of garbage we're getting away with putting in these bags, but hey, that's a good thing, right? At least we got plenty of room for what's to come. So, tampering with this facility is a criminal offense. That ship is already sailed. Now how are we getting in? We could break this down. Oh, come on. Alright, you're gonna have to be filled. There you go. Now let's take a look around the perimeter before we commit to going inside. Mainly because I know we're not dealing with criminal masterminds here. Oh, look, there's a ladder leading up into the tree. That's one alternate way in and out, should we have the need for it.
Were they really working here?
Just workmen, not members of the party.
You shouldn't mix alcohol with ladders.
Are we sure that's what they did? I mean, it doesn't seem like they left the party to go screw around in a construction site. Like, this guy's wearing a vest. Wrong place, wrong time, maybe? Or maybe they were offered some of the goods. There's still 2 more bodies hiding here. And I'm really questioning where they're going to be. There's got to be at least one upstairs here, right? I felt like that was one of the things I disliked the most about Viscera Cleanup Detail, was just how quickly your mop fills up and how annoying it is to undo that. Like, it often felt like you were just chipping at the same thing forever and ever. And it just makes it feel, at times, kind of more tedious than fun. I see something back there.
That's one way to get through the job.
Well, that explains that, I guess. Sort of. Huh. We actually can't use this ladder. The only way to get up there is going to be to jump. Actually, not entirely true. If we take you and go, yep, and put you there. I'm sorry I can't follow you, but I will be up soon. Come on. There we are. I mean, this is kind of the ultimate treehouse, right? It's like you were blown on top of him.
And here I thought I've already seen everything.
Collateral damage, that's all this is. Oh.
Are you an angel? Because you fell from heaven.
Is the implication supposed to be that you flew through here and just smacked him? Because if so, that's as impressive as it is infuriating. Yep. These are the last 2 bodies, though. And everything done outside is honestly a huge load off. Like, when you start walking through things on a map of this scale, it feels like it's going to take hours to get through, but as of this point, I did the entire apartment before. Got a bubble in my throat. As of this point, I've done the entire apartment before and everything of this. And I'm not even at 2 hours record time yet.
Lady's literally falling for him.
Oh my god, so jealous. So does that not count as... I guess it does count as trash, but it counts for the cabins. Well, anyways, in you go. So that's all bodies removed. Which means that a murder conviction is unlikely at any rate. Well, unless I'm caught with 9 bodies in my trunk, then that would be an issue. That would be the way for this game to end, wouldn't it? I end up going to jail because the police found traces of blood in the back of my truck. The one place I never thought to clean. What were you recording? Your stupid little tricycle stunt?
Come on, it's already filming. Fuck the steering wheel, come on.
Don't try this at home, kids.
Sometimes it does fill up quickly, but even when it does, it's always on these really dense areas. Yep. Always making more work for ourselves. These ducks are truly everywhere. There is still some evidence somewhere, which means there's somewhere we haven't fully been. Go on, pick up. I'm just gonna start tossing you guys in the general direction of the truck. Perfect. Landed right on the hood. Just less walking for me to do later. Now, we've been up here. We should... I was gonna say, we could try making that jump, but it really only gets us across the gap. Forgetting. Oh, let's get to work. There's a lot of work to be done. It's the kind of place actually that's dark enough. I would really like another UV lamp, but I didn't get the upgrade to have a second one. No matter, we'll be all right here. Thankfully, I do have the flashlight upgrade, or there would literally be no way to do this. At least, not reliably at all. And when your freedom depends on it, you really have to leave no trace. So how horrible would it be to try and do this in the dark, where you don't even know if you're leaving a trace? Look at that, cleaning the blood off the window where we can see straight through to the other cabin. Now that would get kind of unnerving at night. You're lying in bed and you look over and you're right at head level with somebody in the neighboring room. Now it's just on the trash, where each piece represents 2%. Now where's the rest? Where's the one little morsel in 3 buildings? That's going to be annoying, and that is valuable. Alright, you're coming with me then. There was nothing in here except for a stealable. I just gotta walk around looking for that last garbage. Nothing of note in the bathroom. And remember, we've got to remember to loot each place for everything it's worth. Maybe that'll get Big Jim to take this seriously. I mean, it's one thing for her to kill all her friends, but for her to lose valuable items in this place? I don't think he'd like that. Some cash on the table. Seriously, I can't find, like, a single thing. A couple hundred more in these drawers. But no closer to finding our contraband garbage. All bags go back here, please. What's that? Look at you hiding out in the back. Only worth $50, but even still. Oh, here's some evidence.
Guys, we're so drunk right now. Perfect time for a podcast. So freaking drunk. You can't really work while sober. You're so smart, dude. I love you, bro. Tommy, what happened? I'm coming for you.
Never in a million years I would have guessed what happened here.
I guess they were ready for the part. More cash. I'm literally finding $100 bills before I find garbage in a construction site. Here we are, my god. Alright, thank
That must
you.
have been some huge blast.
And the cabins are clean. May not be my job, but I still feel a responsibility to the pizza. Anyway, with everything out here done, we know for a fact we can safely, come on, get out of my way, raise the water level, and forget about this. Now the water hockey match between the ducks and the flamingos can continue without problems. Now what about in here? There is some trash, some things that need to be moved. And there is still some blood for everything we've gotten done. Alright, you get back in there where you belong. That's one share. Now, where is another? We can get rid of this jumbo-sized bag, knocking stuff over along the way. Ah. It has to linger. How cool would it have been if it actually just stayed in the truck? Thank you. And that's all trash. I mean, I kind of disagree with that statement, but that's how the game sees it. I mean, I guess it would be a little suspicious to find this place totally spotless, right? I mean, this way you can hold the alibi of, oh yeah, no, they were here, but they left. Take that, thank you very much. Actually, a lot of the stuff here is not very high-end. There. Now I've just got to find that chair. Where is it? Look at that. Oh my god, that is hilarious. They made a little pizza eater. Well, we are missing some blood. And there it is. Never expect that to be quite as easy as this. And in fact, it's not, because it doesn't even count for 1% of what remains. I keep thinking there must be more to this room. Well, I don't think we've looted the drawers yet. There's a Bible in there. Like all good rented rooms, I suppose. Look at that, somebody tucked in their bottle of alcohol. Just another $100 bill, nothing to see here. Oh! Yeah, all that on the ceiling will certainly do it. Let's start chipping away. There we go, and that's everything. Literally, the only thing on the map I still haven't done is figured out the whereabouts of this elusive chair. There's a sign back here just randomly warning not to talk to the ducks. Oh well. In you go, and you. And you. And cleaning wise, we're done. It's just a matter of furniture rearrangement. Oh, no! I had mistaken this for like a weird feature of the lamp. That is the chair. It somehow ended up there. Okay, good, well played, guys. There you go. That should be the party house clean, and everywhere else for that matter. It all looks good. So let's just shut the doors, and with it, our involvement in this case. Later, everyone. Although, hang on, I'm gonna check the perimeters a bit more, because it does sort of bother me that we haven't had any additional secrets aside from the one. Right here, perhaps? Ooh, look at this. Oh. Big Jim and his family are responsible for so much needless suffering. You know, it's funny. I have always said that these missions sort of follow the pacing of a Vince Gilligan episode, where you have the hijinks followed by something that brings you down to earth. In this case, you won't get that unless you find this secret. To my lovely Anne, from the moment I laid eyes on you, my heart has been a ticking time bomb counting down to an inevitable explosion of love. Oh my god. They literally counted down to an explosion that killed them all. I can barely contain the intense feelings that surge through me every time I see your smile. It's as if there's a spark that ignites a firestorm within me. Your presence is like dynamite, powerful and captivating, capable of turning my world upside down in the most delightful way. Being apart from you feels like defusing a bomb with no instructions. It's unbearable and nerve-wracking. I crave your touch, your laughter, your everything. And when we're together, I feel a rush that's more powerful than any explosion. So here I am, confessing my love for you. Yours truly, Thomas.
Till the death do us part.
I'll take that. Huh. And it looks like you had a gift pre-prepared. I think that should be all.
So many signs. No one to care.
Perfect work. Now let's see what our exploring game is like. And we made another chunk of change, selling all the drugs left around. And it is mostly drugs. And that was all the secrets, meaning this was perfection. And we just grabbed 3 achievements at once, one of which were stealing $50,000. Hey, we need it. After seeing that bill, it's not even extraneous. God, what now?
I knew I could count on you. My daughter always gets into trouble and makes some kind of mess. That's when I come in handy. The greatest dad in the world. But I'm sure you know how daughters are, don't you?
He must think we're the same. But surely we're not. Unlike him, I don't have any other choice. Or do I?
I don't think we're alike at all, Big Jim. But as long as you think that, we are in the clear.
Daddy's working for a mob boss, but you're still a good boy.
Anyway, this game continues to be this game, and I can't wait to see where it goes from here, because it definitely seems like the personal connections are starting to result in us questioning some things. Thing is, regardless of what we decide, is it even up to us anymore? I guess we'll have to find out next time. Until then, if you liked this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.